News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Smitty's Cards and Coins. Would you like to know what your collectibles are worth? Come by 2281 Postal Road, Unit 4, across from the post office.
Tonight on News 46, a rear-end collision temporarily closes Basin Avenue. The Special Olympics benefits from a car wash fundraiser. And beauty tips from the new Outer You. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, March 24th, 2015. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. A high-impact rear-end collision last night on Basin Avenue caused injury to at least 2 people involved in the accident. 2 people were transported last night as a result of a 2-vehicle rear-end collision on Basin Avenue across of Linda Street. Pahrump Valley Farm Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies arrived on scene to find both vehicles in the roadway and a large debris field. According to witnesses, the accident occurred when the black pickup truck stopped at Linda and Basin Street. That is when the small compact car hit the back of the pickup truck, causing major damage to both vehicles. 2 people inside the compact vehicle were transported to Desert View Hospital with injuries as a result. No one inside the pickup truck claimed injury at the time of the accident. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating the cause of this accident. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. And a single vehicle rollover occurred this morning on South Highway 160 near the Sandy Valley turnoff. Pahrump Valley Farm Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched for one occupant who had self-extricated prior to their arrival. The driver was transported from the scene via Mercy Air to UMC Trauma Center in Las Vegas. The cause of the accident is under investigation at this time. 42-year-old Eric Bowers was arrested and charged with burglary, forgery, uttering a forged instrument, obtaining money under false pretenses, and possession of a stolen vehicle. According to police, Bowers had allegedly stole checks from an unnamed victim while he was out of town. Bowers allegedly cashed one check in the amount of $25,000, but a second attempt at cashing another check for $22,000 was stopped by the bank. The police report also adds that the suspect had also locked the victim out of his own residence. When the victim called police, they discovered Eric Bowers inside the home and a stolen car in the garage out of Las Vegas that was involved in an armed robbery. Nye County and Metro are working together on the case. News 46 will return in just a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Welcome back to News 46. Car Studio held a car wash recently to benefit Special Olympics.
Well, Car Studios got a hold of us, and the owner here, Shamus, he said, I want to hold the car wash to help Special Olympics. So he has generously provided his location. He's provided all the supplies, his works crew here. We have people from Kiwanis. We got people from church groups. We got people from the Nye Coalition, okay? This is just a real community coming together to help the Special Olympians and giving donations for a car wash and just letting the athletes be able to get involved. They're having such a great time helping dry the cars, wash the cars, holding up the signs. It is just a great day for the athletes and for Special Olympics because our program has just started. We're finishing up basketball. We are just started bocce. We will soon be going into track and field. And so the athletes are just excited to be out here and just be part of this great effort. And like I say, it wouldn't have happened except for Car Studios just being so generous and just super.
like you just said, the season's beginning. How can people donate to help out Special Olympics?
Well, they can donate any time they want. They can go to the Special Olympics website, which is sonv.org, and there's a donation button, okay? And they can donate that way. That takes credit cards and whatnot. But if they want to write a check, they just need to mail the check to our Pahrump P.O. Box here, which is 1141, P.O. Box 1141, Pahrump, Nevada, 89041. See, I remembered.
We're doing the car wash for donations. We've got a bake sale donations. We've got water and all kinds of other nifty little things for donations. And we've got a brand new BMX bicycle we're raffling off for $10 a ticket. All the money we raised today is going for the Special Olympics athletes. We've got the athletes, their parents, the coaches, church members. We've got some of the local Kiwanis people coming out and helping out. And I really appreciate everybody coming out.
Do you know how many cars you guys have washed so far? Do you have an idea?
A bunch. And we've got a bunch more that we're going to be doing because the line just keeps on getting longer and longer.
So if people want to find out about more Car Studio, come down and get their car washed, how can they do that?
Monday through Saturday. We're here from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. Come down and we'll get your car looking brand new for you.
We caught up with Las Vegas Council campaigning to run for the United States Senate.
My family and I have decided to run for United States Senate in 2016. I guess somebody's got to do it. The Republican ticket is a little unsettled, but we are pretty confident that the governor is not going to run and we need somebody. So I'm the kind of the conservative candidate in the race.
So I know we've interviewed you before. You've ran for some other offices. You're currently holding that position. And let's talk a little bit about your background.
Well, I am a certified public accountant. Grew up in Nevada, went to UNLV, got a business degree. Had a couple companies over on the other side of the hill from here, and married a young lady who I met in junior high school, who also is a almost native Nevadan. And we've served 10 years in the state legislature, so 6 years in the Assembly and 4 in the state Senate. And then in 2008, I got unelected. The voters called me home, so I went back to work in the CPA business. I had a pretty significant work challenge that occupied all my time and attention, but I got that thing beat down. And about 2012, there was an opening on the city council. So I tossed my hat in the ring, got elected, and I love the job. It's so much fun. But this is a kind of a call to duty and a responsibility rather than fun. And if I'm the fellow selected, I plan to serve with as much vigor and intelligence as I can.
And people can find out more about your run for Senate on your website?
Yep, beersfornevada.org. So it's a number 4. Nevada is spelled out, and it's .org. And there's a section there about the city council work that I'm doing now, and a section there on the Senate run as well.
David D'Alba, celebrity impersonator, is performing at the Onyx in Las Vegas in June.
June 21st, which falls on Sunday, that's the day before Judy passed away in London in 1969. I will be doing a one-time performance at 2 p.m. at the Onyx Theater, ONYX, in Las Vegas. It's on Sahara Avenue, and when anybody goes to the official website of the Onyx Theater, they can see my show listed, and the tickets have to be bought online. And it's not just a show about beautiful songs, but this allows beautiful costumes and allow narrated anecdotes I do about Judy Garland's life in her later years, along with some of the famous people she worked with, like Marlene Dietrich and Noel Coward and so on. So it's not just for older people. There's a lot of younger people and middle-aged too who know Judy as Dorothy Gale, and then when they come in and I explain that there was more to Judy than Dorothy, they become bright-eyed and say, really? But of course the old fans appreciate what I do because this is done with love.
Your home, you have so many collectibles here of Judy Garland. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, I started collecting Judy since 1970 when I was in San Francisco, and things grew more and more as time went on. And it has becoming rather vast. I even own some of Judy's musical arrangements that she used when she sang at the Palace in New York and the Palladium in London, which I use for my shows. I have one picture that she had in her home in Bel Air with a signed check, and some of the things belonged to her in her home, and other things were obtained through theater lobby cards and theater posters. Theaters are closed now, but I was able to get them.
So this performance is going to be one of a kind. People are invited to come see the show at the Onyx Theater, and that is once again here in Las Vegas, the Commercial Center District on Sahara Avenue.
Yes, on June 21st at 2 p.m. They had to come in at 1:30 because at 2 o'clock the show goes on and nobody can come in. Most people know how to get tickets online. Otherwise, if they cannot get tickets online, then the same day of the show, there will be somebody there. So if they want to be in a better seats, it's best to go online ahead of time and reserve so you can have the best seats of the house.
Looks like that's going to be a fun show. Alicia Cook from The New Outer You speaks today about choosing the correct foundation for your skin tone.
My skin, I have a lot of a red undertone to my skin. Gee, who would have guessed? So I like to try to use something that has a little bit more of a bluish base to it. And what that means is I'm trying to counteract the red. And a lot of times we want to counteract our skin tones. If we have too yellow of a skin tone, you're going to want to use something with a little bit more pink to the base to give us a little bit more of a fleshy tone and not to make you look so sallow. If you have more of a red tone like me, or maybe it's a little bit more peachy and not so red, you're going to variate between a violet to a blue underbase. And sorry to say, but sometimes it's hard to locate those color schemings in our tones of our base coats, whether it's a base powder or a base cream that we use, by just going to like a CVS or a Walgreens or a Walmart. I hate to say that, but a lot of times it's just a generic. They're going to have just for the light skin, the medium skin, and the dark skin. So sometimes we have to buy two colors if we're going to be shopping at those type of stores because we can't afford or we can't get to the more expensive ones. Then I would recommend maybe buying two tones to create the right tone for your skin. And always check it on your wrist where your skin is very light. That's a good place to check. Also your neck, because you don't want a color that's going to be too dark, that's going to leave a ring around your face and make you look like you've got a mask on. You want something that's going to blend in with your natural skin tone, but just camouflage, not cover, camouflage.
And then if you can make it to a larger department store or to a specialty store, which ones would you recommend?
I always go with MAC. I love my MAC makeups, but it's a very dramatic color line. So their pigments are very strong, very true, which is great for if you like to wear darker eyeshadows. If you want your makeup to stay on for a full day and into the evening time, it's a good line for that because MAC was designed as a stage makeup when it first started out. Another line that's very nice is Bobbi Brown, and I also like the Bare Essentials line. And there's several out there that are coming onto the scene that are newer, and they're very fun, and they're more youthful and more up-to-date for the younger people. And then, of course, you have the ones that they're going to be able to meet your needs on what you're wanting, whether you have a more conservative look or a more dramatic look.
Thank you so much. For more information on The New Outer You,
751-1116.
Thanks so much, Alicia. Well, after this break, we'll have your news across Nevada and student news. The Senate Committee on Commerce, Labor, and Energy approved an amended version of SB 193 that would raise the minimum wage from $8.25 an hour to $9 for workers who don't receive employer-sponsored health insurance. The measure would also repeal a law requiring employers to pay overtime after 8 hours of work in a 24-hour period and would only require overtime once an employee works more than 40 hours in a week. In February, 13,226 initial claims for unemployment insurance were filed in Nevada, down 15.1% from last month as the seasonal layoff period comes to a close. However, initial claims are up 6.3% from February of last year when claims were 12,440. SB 372 was introduced last week. The bill calls on state officials to issue medical marijuana cards for animals if their owner is a Nevada resident and a veterinarian certifies the animal has an illness that might be alleviated by marijuana. A bipartisan group of Nevada senators is introducing a bill legalizing physician-assisted suicide. SB 336 was introduced in the Nevada Senate and would allow terminally ill patients to take medication, ending their lives. The measure would also allow doctors to prescribe a lethal drug to competent but terminally ill patients who then can self-administer the medication. Patients would need to request the procedure and could back out at any time. The bill allows health care facilities to opt out and prohibits life insurance companies from canceling a policy if a patient decides to end their life. A number of states have introduced similar legislation, but only Oregon, Washington, and Vermont allow the practice. Vineyards are allowed to grow statewide, but commercial wineries are restricted to rural counties such as Nye. Assembly Bill 4 would expand that to Clark and Washoe counties. As the bill stands now, wineries wouldn't be required to produce Nevada grapes. They can be imported from powerhouse neighbors. According to federal law, for wine to be called a product of Nevada, at least 75% of grapes must come from the state. A state senator hopes to change the Nevada Constitution to abolish the Silver State Health Insurance Exchange. SJR 14, which was introduced last week, the measure would prevent any Nevada agency or local government from creating or maintaining an exchange where people can buy health insurance. The resolution would need approval from 2 consecutive legislatures and voters before becoming part of the Constitution. A separate bill seeks to invalidate the exchange sooner. I'm Deanne O'Donnell. That's your news across Nevada.
I'm Savanna Greenup. And I'm Bethany Calvert, and we're bringing you your student news. Prom tickets are on sale in the cafeteria during lunch, so make sure to buy your prom tickets because the prices are rising as it gets closer to prom. Also, your books are on sale for $75 in room 226, so make sure to buy your yearbooks because prices are also going up.
ACT testing will be the last Wednesday in April, and early registration for all PVHS students will begin March 30th.
And now for your children's sports schedule. Today, the varsity baseball and softball teams will be playing at home against Sierra Vista, and the JV teams will be traveling. And on Friday, the varsity teams will be traveling to Cheyenne, while the JV teams play at home. Tomorrow, the varsity golf team will be traveling, and the track team will be traveling to Faith Lutheran. And on Saturday, the track team will be traveling to Desert Oasis to participate in the Las Vegas Classic Invitational. The cheerleading team will have a clinic April 14th and 15th from 5 to 7 p.m. in the main gym, and on April 18th, there will be tryouts at 9 a.m. The Trojanet dance team will have tryouts to April 1st and 2nd from 5 to 8 p.m. in the PVHS main gym.
Art in the Park will be April 18th in the Calvert Eye beginning at noon, so come and support your arts. Early dismissal for spring break will be April 3rd for all PVHS students, and spring break for all Nye County students will be the 6th through the 10th, and we will be returning April 13th. There will be no school this Friday for teacher in-service.
I'm Bethany Calvert.
And I'm Savanna Greenup, and we're bringing you your student news.
If you have any student news stories of your own, please email news@kpvm.tv.
Good job, guys. Kelly Almond from the Fat Cats is performing at Inspiration Senior Living every Friday. The public is invited to attend these free performances.
On Friday, we have happy hour with me. And we start at 3:30. It's open to the public. We have an hors d'oeuvre tray of cheese and fruit and crackers and beverages to drink. And we just talk about, we reminisce and sing songs. And in between songs, we talk about the old times and sing music.
So not only the residents here, but the general public's invited.
Absolutely. The general public's invited. And if you have an instrument and you want to come sit in and jam with me, we can have a jam session. And so I'd look forward to doing that. Some of my friends out there that play musical instruments come down and jam with me. But we have a good time.
So much fun. So you are here regularly at Inspiration Senior Living.
Right. This is a full-time job. It's really a full-time job.
But you're also with the Fat Cats, aren't you?
That's right. I am the keyboard player for Lynn Peterson and the Fat Cats, Lynn and our buddies. And we've written a bunch of songs. It's on our website. You can download them. And for $10, you can own them all.
What's the website?
The website is lynnpetersonandthefatcats.com.
And the Fat Cats is P-H-A-T-T-K-A-T-T-Z.
Cats.
All right, and so Inspiration Senior Living down here on Java Street, and once again, the date and time. Or it's every Friday.
Right, it's every Friday we have happy hour. And the thing that I'm putting together with the residents is we're going to do a sing-along, and I've put 27 songs together, and we're going to have a sing-along every week. So they're going to learn these songs, and unbeknownst to them, I'm building a band. We're putting the band back together. And so we're going to put together the Inspiration Singers based on the sing-along, and a lot of the caregivers here are musicians too. And so I'm hoping in the future to have a little band. We can go out in public and we can play and sing, and so.
So from 1:30 to 3:30?
3:30 to 4:35-ish, something like that, about an hour.
Doing things we used to do seems like old times, being here with you.
Thanks so much, Kelly. So many things going on right now at Inspirations. We'll have your weather when we return.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Tuesday, March 24th. Today we had sunny skies with a high of 77 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 72 degrees. So it was warmer outside than it usually is, but that's all right. Winds were coming from the northwest today at 7 miles per hour, the gusts up to 12 miles per hour. The UV index today was 4, which is moderate. Humidity was at 14% today. Sunrise was at 6:43 this morning, and the record high back in 1940 was 89 degrees. Well, tonight we'll have clear skies with a low of 51 degrees. That's also your average temperature around this time of year. Winds will be coming from the north-northeast this evening at 8 miles per hour with gusts up to 14 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 30%. Sunset will be around 6:59 this evening, and the record low back in 1957 was 34 degrees. Well, tomorrow we'll have sunny skies with a high of 80 degrees and a low of 49 degrees. Winds will be coming from the northwest at 7 miles per hour with gusts up to 12 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 20%. Sunrise will be at 6:41 tomorrow morning, and the UV index will be 7, which is high. For our 7-day forecast, we have sunny skies all the way across the board. That should be continuing through late next week. Your high temperatures will be starting off in the low 80s tomorrow. That will be going up into the high 80s, peaking this Saturday at 88 degrees. That'll be going back down into those mid 80s early next week. Your low temperatures will be starting off in the high 40s. That'll be going up into the mid 50s around this weekend and going back down into the low 50s early next week.
Thanks so much, Noah. Valley Electric Association is holding their meeting for District 1 at 6 p.m. this Thursday night at the Prump Nugget in their event center. And everybody knows where the Prump Nugget's at. It's located on the corner of Highway 160 and 372. All are invited to attend. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of News 46 from everyone up here at KPVM-TV, including Darby, Noah, and myself. And, of course, out there on the radio station, 95.9 on your FM dial. Wish you a wonderful evening. And, of course, if you're listening out there on KA's Country and you want to hook up to free digital television, you just need to give us a call here at 727-9400. That's 727-9400. You can even call my extension 201, and I'll tell you how to do it. We'll see you again here tomorrow night.